So today let us discuss very important topic called Pranayama, and I am Nagendra Kumar Jain, faculty, Tejpur Central University. So Pranayama is a very important concept in yoga. In simplistic terms, it means breathing techniques. In yoga, we not only exercise our external body, but we can also exercise our internal systems, internal body, and one of the means in yoga is pranayama. So breathing is basically voluntary, but here we can also influence our breathing through a mechanism called pranayama, and it's an age-old science invented by our rishis, and it's a beautiful science. And during COVID period, we could understand its value. It's a great thing for our respiratory mechanism, for our respiratory system, for our neurological system, for our mind, for our heart, for the blood circulation in the body, and it offers a very it can offer a very heightened state of alertness, awareness, and a, and can induce well-being into our life. So let us see what this ancient system of breathing was and how it was like, and it's going to be in two parts. One is going to be the basic understanding of pranayama, and another is going through the text on this ancient text on this beautiful technique called pranayama, which is going to be the next part. So let us understand step by step what it is. You see, the word prana means life force. As we have already discussed in the chapter on Pancha Pranas, prana is a concept which means the life force, which is immanent everywhere, and the word ayama means regulation or control, and pranaya means regulations of the life force. Okay, so pranayama is a beautiful technique which helps us regulate our breath, which helps us have some degree of self-control over our breath, and this self-control can brings us regulation and discipline our mind, our body, our actions, and even our spiritual practices. Okay, Maharshi Patanjali has defined pranayama as tasmin sati swasa praswasa gati vicheda pranayama. Tasmin sati swasa means the breathing, inhalation, praswas, exhalation, gati vicheda, controlling the speed, is called pranayama. So a great regulation, a systematic approach, a disciplined approach to pranayama, to breathing, can be called pranayama. In modern context, it could be called the art of voluntary breathing, which helps increase the efficiency of our breathing, lung function, etc. As I said, basically pranayama is an involuntary function, but it can increase our efficiency, our breathing capacity, our lung function, etc. in a very nice way. Okay, so now let us go to the next line. Maharshi Patanjali again says, Tat Shiyate Prakasa Avaranam. What does pranayama does? Pranayama removes the obstacles to clear perception. The spiritual benefit, that is, it removes ignorance and leads to wisdom. So what pranayama does is it removes the obstacles to clear perception. The way We can perceive things. It removes the perception, it removes the dirt, it removes the clutter, it removes the ignorance, it removes the moha, it removes the obstacles. So many things it can clear. So as the breathing is pure, the cells are supplied with rich oxygenated blood, the cells can get active, they can have clear perceptions, the thought process can be clear, the neurological functions can function well, the heart can function well, the blood can flow well. All these are induced through pranayama. Pranayama or our breath has a subtle connections to our mind. As the breath, so is the mind. As the mind, so is the thought. As the thought, so is the action or behavior. The breath and the mind has a very subtle connection, and as the breath, so is the mind, it is said. As the mind, so is the thought. And as the thought, so is our action or behavior. So how subtle level it starts and how it helps it to grow bigger and bigger. Then uh, pranayama also helps us to regulate the emotional outbursts, reactive or spontaneous aspect of our behavior, and helps us to build a discriminative, intelligent, proactive, controlled, delayed response to situation. So pranayama helps to control our reactive nature, emotional outbursts, our spontaneous aspects, okay, and help us to build a discriminative, intelligent, proactive, controlled, delayed response to situations. And we can have delayed means we have a more thoughtful, we consider the things deeply before we react to any situations, and often that's a very ideal for our heart and the brain, because a spontaneous reaction, a quick reaction, is often not a suitable reaction. A hurried reaction is not likely to be a good approach always. Okay, sometimes we need to give time for things to settle down, and automatically they find a way. So it what does pranayam do? It removes obstruction from our breathing passages, detoxify or cleansing the breathing channels, deconstricts the breathing pathways, better lung function, respiratory capacity or breathing mechanisms. Better lung function, respiratory capacity leads to better supply of oxygen, removal of carbon dioxide, and efficient cardiovascular function, improved mind-body coordination, activation of nerves, neurological efficiency, enhanced endocrine function, etc., removal of allergies, allergen, dust, pollens, etc. So these are some of the small benefits. There are many benefits which can flow through pranayama, but these are few of the benefits which flow through the pranayama. Now, how the place where we should practice pranayama. So this is one thing we need to be careful about. The place should be clean, it should be free of dust, insects, pollens, etc., pollution. A mat should be laid down underneath. It should not be a dirty place, even if because if we are sensitive to pollens or insects, and if the place outside is such that there are a lot of this, then it can create lot of problems related to allergies. Even rivers which are dirty or water bodies which are dirty, if we practice pranayam near them, or in very cold weather or very dusty weather, then this can harm us. The place should be well ventilated, filled with oxygen, and preferably in an open space, etc. There should not have too much noise or talking or audio visual interference, and even we should not watch television or talk too much or move our head here and there. The head should be steady, the body should be steady, the focus should be on the breathing, the eyes, brain, everything should be focused simply on the breath passing through your nostril into your lungs, and from your lungs into your, so the focus should be very clear, the mind should be steady, the attention should be steady, and the flow should be rhythmic. So that is one important. It's not important how much pranayama we do, but it's important um, uh, how well we should do it. Okay, so the pranayama, it's the important thing is to just uh, the quality is more important than quantity. Pranayama, how the body should be erect, straight, spine straight, head straight. As I said, the concentration should be throughout on the breath, and pranayama should be done mindfully with awareness. It should be done in a very relaxed manner, and there should not be any hurry. The breath should be rhythmic and gentle. I have already said the whole process should be disciplined. The move should be from faster to slower pranayam. Only as we can start with a very fast pranayam like Kapalbhati, we can then move to Bhastrika, then move to Ujjayi, and then slowly we can come down to Anulom Vilom, then Shitli Shitkari, and then we can end with a Brahmari Pranayam, and then we can do Soham Pranayam also, or relaxation like Savasana, etc. This we can start, but the exercise should be finished in the beginning, and the pranayam should be towards the end. Or we can also channel a separate day for pranayam and exercise. So alternatively we can do that, and a total session on pranayam can be done. But in the initial stage, when people cannot sit for long hours, it's better to start with exercise and gradually move towards pranayama, or a mix of pranayama, exercise and meditation. But in the initial stage, when the body is stiff, so we must practice, we must work towards making the limbs better. The and those who can't sit on the ground, they can sit on a chair. Okay, those who can't sit in Padmasana or Vajrasana or Sukhasana, they can take any comfortable asana like Sukhasana. Or those who are not comfortable with sitting on the ground, they can take chair or bed, but the back should be kept straight. That is the important, because the energy is going to flow from the brain to the spine, and from the spine to the brain. So this is a very important thing we should remember. So the brain body coordination has to be there. Now pranayama is best practiced early morning on an empty stomach, but it can also be done in the evening after 3 hours of food. Gentle pranayam can be done anytime, but faster and vigorous pranayam needs to done only on an empty stomach. It should be done preferably at the time, place and with faith. Maharshi Patanjali says that it should be done at the same time, same place and with faith. Lot of faith in mind, or at least there should not be a lack of faith or distrust, or that nothing will happen. These are just simply wrong practices. If we feel that way, we will not gain from it. On a windy day, pranayam can be avoided, as I have already said it. The various types of pranayama like Kapalbhati, Bhastrika, Anulom Vilom, Nadi Shodhana, Shitli Shitkari, Ujjayi, Chandra Vedana, Surya Vedana, Chandra Anulom Vilom, Surya Anulom Vilom, Sahaj Pranayama, and then Soham is a very beautiful technique where we slowly breathe, slowly exhale. Then there is a technique called Vipassana, also can be taken to be a pranayama practice. There are some simple breathing exercises, okay, which do not fall in the context, but still, since the breathing is there, we can call it Sahaj Pranayama, and they are least harmful of all pranayamas. Now pranayama is three important steps, and they are called Puraka, inhalation. The air we breathe in is called inhalation. Rechaka is the exhalation. Kumbhaka is the retention. Kumbhaka can be of two types, either internal, that is called Antar Kumbhaka, and after exhalation, when we retain the breath, that is called Bahir Kumbhaka. Internal Kumbhaka retention is done after inhalation, and external retention or Bahir Kumbhaka is done after exhalation. So these are the important things. Now there are two types of pranayam called Samvritti pranayam and Vishamvritti pranayam. The Samvritti pranayam is one where inhalation, exhalation, internal retention, external retention, if they are done, are all or of equal ratio. The simple formula is inhale for a count of 4, retain for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and after exhalation hold without inhaling for a count of 4. This is Samvritti pranayam. The Sama means equal, Vritti means the fluctuations. So here the Samvritti pranayama. Heart patient, pregnant women, high BP, people with high BP should do it without retention. It balances the breath, calms the mind, harmonizes the body, and initiates a state of meditation, mindfulness, and also balances the flow of prana in the body. Vishamvriti pranayam is an advanced yogic technique where the breathing ratio is unequal. It should be done by an advanced practitioner, okay, and under a expert guru. So the Vishamvriti pranayam where it's not, the counts are not equal. The generally the exhalation is more or double the inhalation, and that's how it should be done. Okay, so Vishamvriti pranayam is where the ratio is not equal. Now Kapalbhati is a very important pranayam. In Kapalbhati, we know that the inhalation and exhalation are performed like a pair of bellows of a blacksmith. In it, actually it's not in Kapalbhati. You see the inhalation is passive and exhalation is active. According to various scripture, Kapalbhati is a kriya, not a pranayama. Okay, the kriya removes carbon dioxide from the blood, removes mucus, phlegm, burns fats. It activates the nervous system, cleanses the air passage, stimulates the abdominal organs, removes lethargy, laziness, contradiction in high BP, recent surgery, low back pain, hernia, heart problem, or bypass surgery, insanity. In all these cases, it can be avoided and experimented with slow speed. It has been found to be useful in diabetes, obesity, various types of cancer, tumors, depression, lethargy, etc. Kapalbhati has been found to be very, very useful. Now Bhastrika is rapid inhalation and exhalation both active. In Kapalbhati, exhalation was active, but in Bhastrika both inhalation and exhalation are active. Air drawn from both nostril and expelled quickly. After performing around 20 inhalation in the beginning and exhalation, Kumbhaka is performed. This Bhastrika Kumbhaka is performed. This Bhastrika pranayam can be performed thrice. Tri varanam sadhyanam Bhastrika Kumbhakam Shuddhi na che rogo na che klesha arogyam cha dine dine. One who performs 3 times is Tri varam sadhinam Bhastrika Kumbhakam Shuddhi na che rogo. It removes all rogo, or there will be no diseases. Na che klesha, there is no dukkha. Arogyam, there is health. Che dine dine, and your whole health grows day by day. Now this Bhastrika pranayam is good for respiratory problems, pneumonia, nasal allergies, sinusitis, allergic rhinitis, improves lung function, and so many other benefits are there. Those having epilepsy, hypertension should avoid it or do it slowly. In case of doubt, avoid it or do it slowly. So these are Surya Lunam Phinam, Chandra Lunam Phinam Bhastrika, but we'll not discuss too much into it. Okay. Now Chandra Anulom Vilom Pranayama is close the right nostril with the thumb finger, exhale through the left nostril and inhale through the left or Chandra Nadi. So helps in creating balance, helps in increasing weight. This pranayama is a cooling pranayama, cools down the body and helps in increasing weight. Obese patients should avoid doing it. Those who have obesity, they can avoid doing it. Okay. Now Surya Anulom Vilom Pranayama, close the left nostril, exhale and inhale through the right nostril. So it helps in decreasing weight. Okay. Now Surya Bhedra Pranayam, close the left nostril with the little finger and the right finger and inhale through the right. After exhalation, inhalation is complete, exhale through the left nostril. This is Surya Bhedra Pranayama. Chandra Bhedana, close the right nostril with the little finger and the ring finger and exhale through the left nostril. After inhalation is completed, exhale through the right nostril. This is Chandra Vedana Pranayama. Anulom Vilom and Nadi Shuddha Pranayama. Anulom Vilom Pranayama is nothing but alternate nostril breathing without kumbhaka or retention of breath. So Anulom Vilom Pranayama is nothing but alternate nostril breathing without kumbhaka or retention of breath. However, Nadi Shuddhan Pranayama is alternate nostril breathing with retention of breathing. As per yogic texts, there are 72,000 nadis in our body, and Nadi Shodhan Pranayam cleanses them. It opens up blocks, clears the respiratory tract, etc. So Nadi Shodhan Pranayama, it's a very important pranayama in yoga. It clears our body blockages. It simply works on the mechanism of like the vacuum, cleanses dirts from the inner areas from where, so the pressure of the air we inhale and exhale, it removes the dirts, the blockages, the viruses, the bacteria and all those things which clogs our breathing system, our respiratory system and our neurological system, our gastrointestinal system. This slowly, cardiovascular system, it slowly opens up. The regular practice of pranayama can open our all blocks from our body. It says it removes the clogging of 72,000 nadis and clears the freshness, it removes the blocks. It opens up our bodies. The chakras are opened, the pathway is opened, and so the signal flow will be good. The flow of nerve signals, the movement of the blood, okay, all this will be fantastic. So this is self-care, okay, preventive healthcare at its best, and this is the science of pranayama. It's no magic formula, but it's a science. It's a simple science, okay. The regular and right practice of pranayama has huge benefit. It detoxifies our respiratory tracts. It improves our breathing or respiratory function, sense of calm, mindfulness, concentration. The breath and mind are connected. Pranayama controls the fluctuation of the mind and gets it ready for meditation. Before meditation, we have to practice pranayama, and while the mind gets steady through the practice of breathing, then we can enter the world of dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So this is the importance of pranayama. Now this is a chart where we can see that it helps in reversing the heart diseases, helps controlling thoughts, increases energy, provides sense of calm, balance, increases blood flow and slows the heart rate, increases power of positivity, reduces feeling of depression, anxiety, reduces pain and enhances the body's immune system, reduces stress. So these are all some of the many benefits that flows through pranayama. Now let us understand this nadi system, and this is the Ida nadi, which is the left nostril, and this is the cooling breath, and this is the right Pingala nadi, this is the right nostril, and this is the middle nadi, the balancing breath. So this is the middle nadi. In the yogi, the middle nadi opens up, okay. So we through the system of pranayama, we balance the pranayama. Sometimes the Pingala nadi can be more active in some people. In some people, the Ida nadi can be more active. So through the practice of Anulom Vilom or Nadi Shodhan Pranayama, we create this balance. And in a yogi, as he becomes more aware, more conscious, he also does this chakra sadhana. Then the breath can start to flow through the Sushumna nadi, and this can also create the freedom. The spiritual practice of yoga is based on this nadi system, on this chakra system, okay. So this is an advanced practice of nadis, And now you see the crisscrossing of the Ida and Pingala Nadi. The Ida starts from here, it crosses at one chakra, another chakra, this gets on reversing, and if you see in this chart, this is how at Muladhar it starts. This is the Pingala Nadi, the red one, and you see as it reaches the Swadhisthana, it crosses to the opposite sides, and this is the Ida Nadi, and Ida Nadi as it reaches the Swadhisthana, it crosses, and this way it crosses till the Agnya Chakra. Okay, so this middle Nadi is the Sushumna Nadi. Only in a yogi the breath will start flowing through the Sushumna Nadi, and with regular practice of concentration, meditation, and self-discipline, this can happen. So thank you so much. This is all about pranayama. Thank you so much. I hope you liked it, and there is going to be another chapter on this pranayama, which is going to be an advanced practice. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.